All right, I'm back. Glad I stopped because it just cut right off on me. I bought a new camera so I could film longer videos and it still cut me off. So I don't know. I'm technologically retarded though, so Lord only knows. Okay, let me start back where I left off. I left off on the 7050. Now I'm going to go over the liquid diamonds, which is this resin here. It is a new resin he has. And it's not in the labeled bottles. It is also a 2-to-1 ratio resin, much thinner than the 7050. So you don't have, if you can see the resin moving, it's not thick like that, like the 7050. It moves a lot slower. It's not as bad right now because it's not that cold here, but I'm really liking this resin here. This is a 2-to-1 ratio as well. Like I said, I made just a few pieces with it. I made these right here with just simple little stickers with colored with alcohol inks and a little bit of glitter mixed in. So they're simple pieces, but they're beautiful and shiny and gorgeous. Now, one thing I did notice, and I know I mixed it well enough because I'm going to back up and let you know this as well. If you do not mix these resins well enough, you will get a swirled. It will cure, but you will get a swirl on the top of your resin piece. And I know this because I've done it in the past when I first used the 7000. These resins are so much clearer than the resins that we, resin crafters are used to using, that when you mix these resins, you don't see that there might be still mild swirls in the resin. So I recommend that you mix your resins in your cup until you believe it is completely mixed. And then you need to transfer that cup into another cup and proceed to mix for another minute or two. I guarantee you will not get the swirls anymore. That has happened to me, and I'm an experienced resiner, so I'm telling you, these resins are clearer than we are used to dealing with. Because with, certain, Easy Cast, Amazing, Clear Cast, what's some of the others? Famo Wood, all the other ones that we, typically use as crafters, you'll be able to see the swirls up until the point that it's completely mixed. That is not the case with these resins, so you must make sure you use the 2-cup mixing process in order to ensure that your resins are completely mixed. Because, we do a lot of work, and for you to just pour it and everything you've put into it and then you get swirls on your top, which you can fix by glazing over, but that's just more time and more product you have to use. So I just wanted to share that with you as well. I know there's a lot of girls in my Facebook group that have had that problem. So it's more than likely you're not mixing it well enough. And I've done it myself. So don't think, oh no, I know how to mix. We all know how to mix, but because you can't see it, you think it's mixed and it's not. So I just wanted to go over that. With that being said, the only negative I saw about this resin is, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I'm going to try to find a piece. We normally wait until the resin gets tacky to add our stickers or to sprinkle our glitters on the back or, whatever the case may be. This is not something you would do with this resin. Let's see, this sticker had moved and I tried to move it back, and I don't know like I said, I don't know what this is because, I very well may have not mixed it well enough, but I'm pretty sure I did because I transferred it to another cup. But I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. You see the wrinkles? Now, when I say you get swirls on the top of your pieces, it's not the same exact. It's like swirls. This is like a crinkle pattern. And I don't know, like I said, I noticed it wasn't there at all until I stuck my stick in to move my sticker back. And it does that sometimes when when your resin's really thick and you go to move your sticker back or your image back because it's shifted a little, and you'll get the little puckers in your resin, but it always goes back to normal. Well, this didn't. So I don't know what that's about. Maybe Rich can help me with that if you're watching, Rich. Like I said, I don't think it was the mixing because it wasn't there until I messed with it once it was, really tacky. So, and it's on most of them. See, puckers right there? Which I'm going to dome the backs of these, and because I'll dome the bells and stuff on. So it's not that big of a deal, but I would like to know if that was something I did or if it's something maybe Rich maybe he can explain that to me. And Rich, if you see it and you do know what that is, just comment on my video so that everybody can see what I did or didn't do correctly. Because I really do like this resin. I'm actually honestly liking it more than the 7050. The 7050 is an excellent resin, but my favorite, if I must say, my favorite, I would go this, and then these two are a tie for second. So just a little tidbit from me as far as what I experienced. The pieces are beautiful. They're shiny. They're gorgeous. They're very clear. They're transparent because, like I said, I just put a little alcohol ink in them so you can see how nice they are. They're just simple pieces. I just wanted to make sure I did test each resin. So, but that's the only thing I saw with this resin was, and it's not on all the pieces. Like I said, it's on the ones that I manipulated the sticker once the resin was, setting up, once it was really tacky. So maybe it just doesn't bounce back into shape or something. I don't know. I'm not claiming to know. So Rich, if you let me know, I would appreciate that. It might have been something I did wrong, or I do like the resin though, so I would like to know what it is I could do differently. Now the last resin that I have to review is the doming resin. The D&G doming. It's called D&G doming. It's like I said, doesn't have the labels on this one as either. It is a 2-to-1 ratio doming resin. It is thick. I would say even thicker than this. Which you must give it a bath if you do not want a ton of microbubbles. And that's just my personal experience with it. Then once you give it a bath and thin it out, you can mix it properly without incorporating tons of microbubbles. But then you must let it sit up once you've mixed it to thicken again in order to get, a really high dome, if that's what you're looking for. Me personally, I don't prefer a high dome on my pieces. If I'm doing a piece I want a really good dome on, like for example, a ring, I have, ring cabochon molds that I just make the dome with resin and then put it on top of my image or whatever. I did dome a few pieces. Now, the pieces that I domed with these, I made with the 7050. And then I domed them. Let me find one. This one was domed at the back. This resin is very shiny, very clear. But because I didn't let it thicken back up, I did not get a high dome. So, again, just my personal experience. I domed all of these with it, and I didn't get the big dome because I did not. That one has a slight dome on it. But if you're looking for the really, really, really high, curved dome, you're going to need to let that. Either don't give it a hot bath or wait until it thickens back up. My personal preference is I don't need that because, like I said, I just dome with the 7000 or 7050. It works just fine for me. So, see, that one got a bit of a dome, better than the other ones. But I know Susan has used this and got a beautiful high dome. So maybe Susan, you can comment as far as what you did differently than apparently what I did to get that better dome. So like I said, these are the ones that I did dome. They do have a better dome than just a flat resin, but they're not, what I was thinking with the high dome. And that's pretty much all that I have for y'all. I want to thank Rich for giving me the opportunity to do the reviews. I enjoyed testing out some new products. I really am loving the pigments as well. Y'all must go check those out. And if you have any questions, comments, please put below. I will try my best to answer. If not, I will get with Rich. Rich, if you see anybody with comments, feel free to answer their questions. And again, thank you. Thank everybody. I hope everybody has a beautiful, wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I will speak at y'all later. Peace. Bye.